Hello again, everyone. It's Vince Four from TradingWinds.com, and this is our update for November 23rd, 2016. Let's take a quick look at today's markets. We had a bit of a mixed close with equities today. The Dow, which was up 59 points, hit a fresh new high, 19,055, while the S&P 500 was up just under 2 points, and the Nasdaq, though, pulling back down 5.5. And while the Russell also, like the Dow, hits a new high here, up 7 points to 1342. So today we had a slew of economic data out, which was mostly positive, but we also got the November meeting minutes from the Fed, which reconfirmed the fact that it is very, very likely that they will raise rates in the December meeting or at the December meeting. And the fallout from that was the dollar screaming higher here. Let's look at the dollar index again, and there it is. New high, 101.91, just powering forward, and that resulted in gold pulling back considerably here, down 22.5 or so, and almost 2%, while bonds certainly started the day off much lower and managed to bounce back. Still lost 47 cents here on TLT, but it was much lower. And crude today, pretty flat, losing about 7 cents or so. So also today, there are a couple of big gaps. Urban Outfitters came out with earnings, and boy, did they get punished. The street did not like it, and huge gap lower. Also a very wide range bar. And another one was Eli Lilly. Their experimental treatment for Alzheimer's, the data was disappointing, and look what happened here, a massive gap lower. So what do you do now when you see a stock like this? You know, one of the easiest things to do, as we always say, is mark the high and the low, and then look for a break one way or the other. Now, there's a big gap ahead here. If it were to close above the high, you can look for the potential to close that gap. But the problem is here is that in this example, anyway, the range of this bar is fairly wide. It's about $4 or so. And your stop should go on the other end. So a little risky there. But of course, if it closes below the low, yes, your risk would be about the same. But there's a much higher likelihood of this continuing lower, not only because of the gap in that direction, but if you have a look here, there's these candles which are on an island of their own. This is a classic island reversal formation. You get a big gap in one direction and then a big gap going the other way, leaving these candles on an island of their own. Should we break this low here, or we'll round it down to 64, a break below 64, and I think Eli Lilly goes for another ride lower. Okay, but that's just another way to play the gap. So keep an eye for future gaps. Now, tomorrow, obviously, being a holiday, the markets will be closed, and Friday will be a short day. Equity markets will be closing at 1 p.m. I encourage many of you to take the day off, make this an extended long weekend, rest up, enjoy, spend time with family and friends, and we'll get back to this next week. So happy Thanksgiving to all of you, and we'll be back Sunday evening with another report. Okay, take care.